More focus on experience than show-off. The new preference of affluent consumers has created a big challenge for the retail market. It is nighttime. In the glowing mall of a big city, the lights are spread everywhere, as if it were a festival night. The showrooms of luxury brands are shining, the fragrance of perfume is floating in the air, and the storefronts are so polished that it feels as if a flood of shopping is about to begin. But the story inside is something else. Many wealthy customers no longer come to the showroom just to look at a bag, watch, or jacket. They ask, what is the experience here? What is the exclusivity? What is the personalization? The fear is that if retail does not understand this change, then despite having glittering stores, customers will go somewhere else instead of opening their wallets here. And this is where curiosity is born. What exactly changed so much that instead of buying things, buying memories became the new preference of wealthy customers? Spending by affluent consumers in India is rising, but the character of that spending is changing. According to a recent report by Mint, as wealth increases, the share of total spending that goes toward retail starts falling. In emerging affluent households, around half the spending goes toward retail goods, while in very affluent households, that share shrinks to around 28%. This means money is not being spent less, but its direction is changing. Fashion, accessories, and gadgets are still there, but alongside them, travel, fine dining, curated events, and lifestyle experiences have created a very strong place for themselves. This is where the real challenge for the retail sector begins. Earlier, luxury was often linked to visible ownership. Which bag, which watch, which car, which phone. But now, for the affluent buyer, status is no longer just about possession, it is increasingly becoming about access as well. Which concert they attended, which wellness retreat they did, which chef's table they were part of, which private event invitation they received. These things are becoming the new social currency. That is why this shift from the world of things to the world of experiences is not just a fashion trend, but a structural change in consumption behavior. It would be a mistake to see this change as only an emotion, because there are solid numbers behind it as well. According to that same report, affluent Indians have not moved away from premium shopping. In fact, 3 out of 4 affluent Indians make at least one expensive purchase every quarter, and 1 out of 4 people buys a premium product every 2 weeks. This does not mean luxury shopping is ending. The real point is that luxury shopping is no longer standing alone. Now it has become part of a wider lifestyle basket, where along with jewelry, high-end gadgets, and premium fashion, travel itineraries, fine dining reservations, wellness escapes, and event-led spending are also taking an equal place. Just think how deep this change is. Earlier, the consumer went to the mall, chose a product, paid the bill, and returned. Now the affluent buyer wants the entire journey to be curated. He wants not just shelves in the store, but a story. Not just display, but discovery. Not just a sales executive, but an advisor. Not just a product trial, but brand immersion. That is why retail is no longer just the business of selling an object, but is becoming a stage where brands have to make every visit memorable. Retail experts are also saying the same thing, that for affluent consumers, spending has now moved beyond utility. When household income goes up, the focus of spending starts shifting from basic ownership to identity, comfort, and memorable moments. That is why concerts, private gatherings, destination travel, gourmet experiences, and wellness formats have moved up rapidly in the baskets of affluent households. India's live events market is also being seen as part of this wider trend. According to the report by EY Parthenon and Book My Show, live experiences are having a measurable impact on brand engagement and consumer recall. This means experience is no longer just entertainment, but has become a powerful driver of economic behavior. Now the question is, when affluent spending is rising, why is the retail share falling? The answer is hidden in psychology. When a person's wealth and options both increase, he often does not keep spending endlessly in one category alone. He moves beyond collecting things and starts spending on the quality of time, comfort, and exclusivity. One more luxury handbag may, after some time, give less excitement, but a rare dining experience, a private cultural evening, or a carefully planned international holiday can give him greater emotional satisfaction. This experience premium is now becoming the new axis of affluent consumption. This means a crisis for the retail sector, but also an opportunity. A crisis because the old model, better product, bigger store, brighter lighting, is no longer enough on its own. An opportunity because the brands that understand quickly that the affluent buyer also wants environment, attention, customization, and memory will be able to take advantage of this shift. In its analysis on experiential retail, CBRE wrote that malls and retail spaces are increasingly trying to build immersive environments, which include interactive art, pop-up events, gourmet zones, and wellness-led spaces. This means retail is now moving from transaction toward relation. That is why many companies are redesigning their stores. Now, simply placing the product on a glass shelf is no longer seen as enough. Formats like personalized service, appointment-based shopping, private lounges, live customization, digital mirrors, interactive displays, in-store cafes, and even cultural programming are increasing. For the affluent buyer, convenience is certainly important, but even more important than that is the feel. He should feel that he has not entered an ordinary shopping floor, but a carefully designed experience universe. If a brand cannot create that feeling, the customer will place an order online, and the store will gradually become irrelevant in his life. The same transformation is clearly visible in mall culture as well. Earlier, malls were shopping destinations, then they became hangout spaces, and now they are increasingly becoming lifestyle ecosystems. Gaming, bowling, food experiences, events, indoor entertainment, and community activity zones are no longer just side attractions. According to survey findings linked to CBRE and Invest India, participatory options for experience-based entertainment, such as bowling, escape rooms, and amusement formats, are getting strong preference, and the combination of food plus entertainment is also becoming quite popular. This makes it clear that people no longer want only goods, they want a complete day out. This trend is even stronger, especially among younger affluent consumers. This generation does not completely reject ownership, but it sees experiences more as a part of its identity. They want places where content can be created, memories can be made, social value can be created, and personal satisfaction can be found. An exclusive dinner, a members-only event, a premium wellness experience, or a travel-led celebration has now become not just spending for them, but self-expression. That is why a mall visit no longer means only completing a shopping list, but also collecting a story. But for retail, this story is not that easy, because creating an experience is far more difficult than selling a product. Product inventory, pricing, and merchandising are one kind of science. But in experience design, atmosphere, human behavior, service training, taste, community, technology, and storytelling are all included. That is why brands that did not understand this change quickly may have stores that shine, yet still feel flat. Premium from the outside, predictable from the inside, and today's affluent customer gets bored of predictability very quickly. This change is also creating pressure in India's retail real estate landscape. According to JLL India, in 2025, malls captured a large share of retail leasing activity, while organized retail demand remains strong. This means brands are not leaving physical spaces, but want to extract more value from those spaces. On the other hand, a Reuters report also shows that true luxury mall space is still very limited in India, and high-end brands are facing a shortage of quality space. This means affluent demand exists, brand interest exists, but the premium physical ecosystem is still not fully adequate. This is where the real meaning of the big challenge becomes clear. The challenge is not that affluent Indians are spending less. The challenge is that they are becoming smarter, more selective, and more experience-oriented. If a retail brand still thinks that only expensive products, fancy packaging, and celebrity campaigns will be enough, then perhaps it is not fully understanding the new customer. Today's affluent buyer is asking, does this brand understand me? Does it value my time? Does it give me something that becomes not just a purchase, but a memory? This trend is not limited only to luxury fashion or premium gadgets. In beauty, dining, travel, events, jewelry, and even home categories too, consumers are paying more attention to personalization and emotional relevance. Last year, Reuters described India as a major growth market for global beauty and luxury brands. But at the same time, it also showed that local conditions, consumer preferences, and category-specific adaptation have now become more necessary than before. This means that in India, the rich consumer does not want only imported aspiration. He also wants relevance, local understanding, and service excellence. One more important point is that retail is not ending. Its role is evolving. It would be wrong to say that now people will stop buying products. That is not true at all. Premium buying remains strong. Spending continues in categories like jewelry and high-end gadgets. But now the product is becoming not the competitor of experience, but its companion. For example, if the purchase of a luxury watch comes with a private consultation, storytelling session, members-only preview, and post-sale relationship, then that same product becomes far more powerful than a plain transaction. The retail of the future may win exactly here, where object and experience strengthen each other. That is why for brands, the real question now is not what do we sell, but how do we make the customer feel? Is there a reason for the customer to come into the store? Is there any emotional pull for a repeat visit? Is the space appealing both socially and sensorially? Are food, leisure, discovery, and community elements integrated? Is human interaction warm and intelligent? If the answer is yes, then retail still has a very strong future. If the answer is no, then even the richest customer may take his wallet and walk into another world, where he finds not just luxury, but meaning as well. In the coming time, malls and stores may become even more hybrid. Along with shopping, elements like live events, wellness formats, private previews, curated dining, collaborations with creators, digital layering, and community programming will grow. That is why many analysts see this change not as a temporary phase, but as a long-term structural shift. India's affluent base is growing, but expectations are growing along with it. And expectation now means not just better product, but better life moment. In the end, the whole story comes down to one very simple point. The rich customer is not spending less now, he is spending more thoughtfully. He has not completely moved away from show-off, but he has started giving greater importance to experience above show-off. This very change is forcing the retail sector to look at itself in a new way. Now scenes matter more than shelves. Now the journey matters more than the product. Now memory carries more value than the shopping bag. And the brand that understands this changing heartbeat will survive, grow, and perhaps become the real winner of the new era of retail India. If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.